What can you say about Dosia that hasn't been said before? His victories are numerous. His feats made immortal. And his fans are zealous. But the story of the X-God isn't just one about his victory over enemies on the server. It's also about his triumph over trolls outside the game. In the early days of CSGO, Dosia made a name for himself.
Let's say about the first 9 months to a year of CSGO, he was a top 5 player in the world. He was very, very good. Even at the time when obviously Nip had Get Right and they had Forest, and then they had other players who were doing very well, Dosia was just below their level.
HLTV gave him the same clout as Thorin, ranking Dosia the 4th best player in the world in 2013. But back then, he was still just Dosia. His prowess on the server was undeniable, but outside the game, some people may have thought less of him based on his appearance. He wasn't handsome or athletic, and it didn't even really look like he was trying to be.
What I don't understand is he only plays 1 best of 3 a day. Why is he always eating? Why is he always on camera? He's eating.
Yeah, exactly.
But that doesn't really matter if you're an esports athlete. Not to your fans or your foes.
Up for Dosia, good position this time. Goes back out. There's 3 letters in sex, and he's the god of all 3 kills.
It was only years after Dosia became a relevant force in the CS scene that he was the subject of an emerging meme. On July 26, 2015, Dosia's team Hellraisers was playing against LGB in the offline qualifier for the Cologne 2015 Major. During a technical pause, the camera took a chance to pan across each of the players when it came across Dosia doing this.
And we can't see Dosia.
It was a moment that didn't go unnoticed by fans or casters.
That's a disturbing angle of Dosia, I gotta be honest.
And with that, a meme was born. But every good meme needs a name, and on the HLTV page for that match, one user called Dosia a sex monster. 3 days after that, another HLTV user made a forum post asking the unsuspecting public if there was anyone more sexy than sex god Dosia. The thread only got 5 replies, but from there, the meme spread across the CS community. With the tinder for the meme laid out, it only needed a spark to combust. But instead, it got a Molotov. On October 24th, 2015, caricature artist Nonker posted to Twitter that he'd be live streaming his next piece. His subject? Sex God Dosia. At this point in time, Nonker had already made a name for himself on the r/Global Offensive CSGO subreddit. And the final image of Dosia, in all his glory, was posted to Reddit the next day to the tune of 1.5 thousand upvotes. This effectively solidified the sex god moniker. As the meme steadily grew in popularity, parallels were drawn to another older CS meme. JW the Pig. CSGO viewers will often spam Twitch chat and forums and Reddit with pig-related insults whenever JW comes up. Both memes were meant to mock the physical appearances of their subjects, but while the sex god meme was on the rise, JW's meme was on the decline. JW sort of took the fire out of his meme in 2 ways. Firstly, by embracing it.
You want to webcam? Fucking enjoy, brother.
And secondly, by winning. The rise of the meme also came at a difficult point in Dosia's career. He had just missed his first ever CSGO major when he didn't qualify for the Cologne 2015 major.
Yeah, throughout this tournament they have had their ups and downs, and this most certainly is the biggest down of them all. They're not going to be heading over for the major.
And he'd go on to miss the Cluj-Napoca major when he left Hellraisers before the qualifier. And during all this, you'd only see one thing being written about Dosia. At this point, Dosia had never acknowledged the meme on social media, but he had bigger things to worry about. He was forming a new CSGO team, hs.gg. In late December, hsGG qualified for the CIS minor for the Columbus Major, and were quickly picked up by Gambit Esports. Naturally, the news post was flooded with references to the sex god meme. The meme spiked in popularity again when Gambit won the CIS minor, and then spiked again when they qualified for the major. Dosia finally had his CSGO career back on track, but it didn't matter. His social media feeds were still filled with references to the sex god meme, a meme that, at its heart, was meant to mock him. From the GIF to the caricature, and especially the term sex god itself, the meme was designed to mock Dosia's less than sex god appearance. Regardless of how Dosia felt about the meme, it was out of his control. At least until he revealed his signature sticker for the Columbus Major. He signed it X God. It was a variation of the original sex god meme, but it was different. He was taking control of it on his own terms. 5 days later, Gambit released a video featuring an attractive Russian girl who is definitely Dosia's girlfriend, featuring plenty of fan service and titillation. And 2 days later, Gambit released another video featuring an interviewer asking random people if they knew who the X God was, which of course featured more pretty Russian girls telling us they knew exactly who he is.
X God.
Dosia? Dosia. Dosia.
The videos were cheesy, exploitative, and corny, and Dosia himself initially wasn't fond of them being filmed. But both videos picked up over 3 million combined views on YouTube. Dosia and Gambit took the meme and poured gasoline on it, but they did it by making it their own. From there, as Dosia became a bigger presence in CSGO, so too did the persona of the X God. The meme spiked in popularity when Gambit competed in the Columbus Major, and when they achieved legend status at the Cologne 2016 Major. And then again when they maintained their legend status with a win over FaZe Clan at the Atlanta 2017 Major. But the biggest ever spike came later, when Dosia and company won the Krakow Major, thanks in large part to Dosia's incredible 200 IQ grenade.
This is so smart. Oh, this is huge. Dosia's throwing a nade into the corner just as the bomb's gonna go off. They're both gonna go down.
2 months later, at the height of the X God meme's popularity, Dosia betrayed the persona by marrying his actual real-life girlfriend. 2017 was probably the most important year of both Dosia's career and his life, but it put a bit of a damper on his Playboy alter ego. And then, at the most recent major in Boston, Gambit failed to defend their title and retain their legend status.
HP mode last alive 15, found and gone. Fnatic 16-2 destroy the defending major champions and ends their run here, if you want to call it a run.
Gambit have yet to find a strong fifth player to fill the hole left by ex-captain Zeus, and they're a big question mark heading into the upcoming London Major. Despite that, Dosia's legacy remains strong. He's the first and only Russian CSGO player to win a major. He's one of the biggest prize earners in CSGO history. And he's transformed a meme meant to mock him into a rallying cry for his true believers.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That is beautiful, almost as beautiful as the man himself.
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content just like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button.